What's up, guys? Welcome to the You versus You podcast. Today we got a quick one. Flames, heat. Is that what we doing before the quick one or what?
I'm done with mine though. Not necessarily a quick one, but this is our 10-minute, how they would say in Spanish, hablamos. I don't know if that's right. That might be wrong.
10-minute talk, 10 minutes of heat.
10 minutos hablamos.
This episode was heavily
That's definitely wrong.
was heavily inspired by. Let me move the table a little more this way. Was heavily inspired by. I saw a podcast of some different things that I've heard in between Ed Milet and Tony Robbins. Today we're talking about the standards you have for yourself. Ed Milet calls this your identity / your internal thermostat. We've talked about this before. Basically, the idea is that for all different areas in your life, you have an internal thermostat. So no matter what the heat or the cold, no matter what the temperature is outside of the house is always going to be at the temperature you set it at. So let's say that if you are, let's say you try to break out of, let's say you're waking up at like 11 a.m. and you should be waking up earlier, and you start to wake up at 5 a.m., but you do it inconsistently, then before you know it, you are eventually going to go back to waking up at 11 a.m. and to having an inconsistent waking up schedule, because that is what your thermostat is set at. And even though on the outside you're trying and you have you're doing all these things to try, all these affirmations, whatever the heck you're doing, in the inside of the house, your thermostat is set at a certain temperature, and before you know it, in any facet of life, you're going to bring yourself back, whether it's up or down, to that thermostat. Let's say you're used to making $100,000 a year and you start making a little less, then you would go back to that 100. Things would happen in your life. Subconsciously, you would get yourself back to what your standards are. Even in fitness, if you start gaining weight and you get that feeling, I get that all the time. Or if I look in the mirror and I see that I'm not looking as lean or whatever, then you get that feeling, oh, I need to work out, or oh, I'm falling off, blah, blah. That's your internal thermostat. That is your standards you set for yourself. And it could work as a way to get you back up to that standard, but it can also stop you when you're trying to exceed that standard that you have for yourself. So if I'm used to being the 150 and I want to be at 170, it's going to be hard for me to change my thermostat, to start eating more, changing my habits, so I can, at the end of the day, start doing things that will build a better physique. And so the thesis of Ed Milet and Tony Robbins, that your identity, the standards that you have for yourself, that is what gets those wheels turning, so that you can make those decisions and you have those habits in the back of your mind and your subconscious, which you can't even really, you aren't aware of when your subconscious is making decisions. Those are the things that are getting you the results that you're getting now. And so what we're talking about is, what are we talking about? I'm just kidding. What we're talking about is how to raise those standards. How exactly can you become better? Obviously, you're not going to have standards one day and be like, oh, well, guess I'm done.
I did it already.
This is all we had. And so you're going to see this Friday, we're releasing a recap of different ways, very specific things that have happened to me and Lucas over these past few weeks that allowed us to break out of that thermostat and help us create a new identity. We hit some of our goals, and the person that we were a few weeks ago, not having hit those goals, is a completely different identity. We have proof of concept. We more, and in your case, more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's huge when it comes to changing your identity. At the end of the day, the results that you are getting are directly proportionate to what you believe you deserve. What do you think? Your thoughts?
I completely agree, because like what you said, we're talking about is like standards that you have set for yourself.
Yeah.
And if your standards that you have set for yourself are really like loose, like, oh, I'll be cool if I made like 50K a year, which is like the US average, then that's all you're going to strive for. You're not going to push yourself to go any further than that 50K a year because you've set that standard for yourself. And there's no point in going any further because you've achieved your goals already.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with fitness. Like if you're like, I just want to look skinny or like look lean, but like look lean with the shirt on, I should say. But like if I take off my shirt, then like I got like still like a little bit of stomach, but you can't tell because I have my shirt on. Then that's all you're gonna strive for. You're not gonna strive to get that like 6-pack. You're not gonna strive to get those striations. You know what I'm saying? Those gains, those veins. Look at all them damn gains.
Striations.
Like basically what we're trying to say is like whatever standard you set for yourself, that's all you're gonna strive for. You're not gonna strive to go any further than that. A, because you've already hit your goals, and 2, you probably don't believe that you like deserve any more than that. To be honest.
100%.
So what would you say like how do they
get out of that? So one of them, which I think is the most powerful, is proof of concept, which is what we're going to talk about on Friday.
Yeah.
Wednesday/Friday. When you and Milet talks about how when you do something that is completely out of your identity, for example, I'll give you an example. A problem I used to have a long time ago was staying productive and making cold calls. Obviously, when you're first starting, it sucks. One day I just said, okay, this is all I'm going to focus on. Nothing else is a priority other than this today. I'm not even going to eat until I'm done. And I made a ton of calls, more than 100 calls, manually dialing, which took forever. While it took a lot of energy in particular. And it didn't take as long as I thought it would, actually, because I was just focused on that. And what that did was it told me that I was capable. Like, you can do this. Proof of concept. Like, you are literally physically capable of achieving this, of doing this. You're 100% capable. So what does that tell you? What's keeping you back? What's holding you back from doing that every single day? Yourself, your habits, your beliefs, what you believe that you deserve. So I think that's huge. I think it's even bigger after that to continue to do that until you make that a habit. And once you make things a habit, that eventually is going to become your identity.
Mm-hmm. I agree because my first day on doing the trading, I only had the standard of like I want to make like $100 a day while doing this combine to be able to like until I finished the combine. Like my first goal was just like to hit that $100 a day.
Yeah.
But like my first day I hit that $550 a day, so that showed myself that like I was setting my own standards too low for myself. And so like after that I set my standard at that $500 a day, and then the next day after that I hit it again. So that kind of like validated that standard and the belief that I could do that. And then the day after that I made a little bit less because the market was a little bit slow and I had to like go to work, but I was still able to get only $100 under that, so I was still over by 300 what my original goal was, you know. So that just showed myself that the standard that I had for myself was too low and that I could shoot for more, and I just got to like believe that I'm able to do more, you know.
Yeah. When you believe that you're capable of doing something, you're more than likely not only to just do it, but to have less hesitation going into it. And the more you do it, the more you can have more confidence going into it, and you can be fully present in doing that. And the only way that you can get that confidence is through what? Repetition. Keep doing it. Like we talked about this last time, behavior, your state, how you feel about something, how you feel right now, that is not permanent. You can literally change that by changing your physiology. You can change your physiology by making a decision right now to put yourself into an action that is going to positively affect your brain, your body, your literal being. Get up, move around, do some movements that make you feel empowered.
Superhero pose again?
Do the superhero pose. The infamous Tony Robbins superhero pose. Work out. Do something that makes your blood just start flowing like crazy.
Pull 405 pounds.
I was gonna say that deadlift 3 Mies, But
3 me's.
yeah. It starts with that. It starts now. You have to make that decision now to start doing what you need to do to change your standards, build habits towards that identity that you would want. Think about what's the ideal version of yourself that you would want to be in 6 months or a year.
Or like that analogy that we brought up a couple episodes ago, the man or woman, whatever you are, whatever you identify as, we don't judge. Whoever.
Speak for yourself. I'm just kidding.
I
Sorry, go on.
When you die and you go to heaven, you're gonna be met with the
Yeah.
version of yourself that reached its fullest potential. What does that fullest potential look like to you? Is that being the best alcoholic in the world? Is that
Probably not.
being the
Not
best,
advised.
makeup artist in the world, best
Salesperson,
barber, best
trader,
salesperson,
Mom,
whatever that
dad, sibling.
just like whatever that means to you, figure out what that is and figure out what you could do on like a day-to-day basis to like achieve that.
Yeah. What does that person do? What skills is that person the best at? What is that person known for? How does
do
that
they
person
carry
treat
themselves?
other people?
How do they carry themselves
Exactly.
in like conversations? Are they really good at eye contact? Are they really animated with their hands? Like just literally like break it down to like the micro stuff.
Exactly. What does that person do when that alarm goes off in the morning? And do that. That is literally how you become who you want to become. Do that, make that a habit, and it's literally going to become, you're going to become that person. You're going to make that a habit. It's going to be your identity. And before you know it, you're going to have to set another standard for yourself because you've already made that your baseline,
But
who you are.
before you set that standard for yourself, I suggest you pat yourself on the back and go, bully for you.
Get up and feel refreshed at 5 a.m. Be like, oh, well, bully for me.
Look in the mirror and just go, bully for you.
Bully for you. Yeah, and what I wanted to wrap this up with was that the reason why this is the way it is because you get out of life what you become. Exactly. You become really good at things that are a necessity for you to become good at. And the way that you do that, the way that you turn things into necessities in your life that are going to positively affect your life and make your life better in whatever facet it is by changing your identity, building those habits, putting in some compound work, some compound success over time. Focus on the day. Do the right things in the day. Just that's all you got to do. This next hour, be present. Be here today. I don't want you to every single day plan out the fucking month, the next months. F that. Do not do any of that.
Plan the next 24 hours.
Focus on today. Focus on getting those things done.
Before you do that, though, I wanted to bring something up that you talked about last time we filmed. Not as we were filming, but like you were just talking to me about it. A lot of people will say like, oh, like I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I'm passionate about, this, and that. And you brought up a good statement. You said you need to ask yourself, do you want to do something that interests you, or do you want to put your interest into something that's going to get you more of the stuff that like you desire for? So like Rolls Royces, like private jets, whatever that is to you. Do you want to do something that interests you that might not get you all that, or do you want to put your interest into things that will get you that?
Yeah, I think that could be a whole 10-minute or a whole episode. So I'm gonna write that down. We'll talk about that more in the next episode. But
he has a
we don't have a
diary.
pen.
Down with your fucking bars, bro. Golly, someone can write.
To wrap it up, guys, think about that person. Not even who you want to be at the end of your life. Who do you want? What kind of habits do you want right now? Why? Why are they important to you? Always remember your why. Remember who you are.
Yeah, find someone you look up to and like literally mimic them.
Yeah. What habits do they have? What things do they do? Start doing them every single day. Just focus on doing them when that time comes. That's it. That's all you have to do. Don't think about doing it 30 days straight, 75 days straight. No, do it today and do that every single day. And before you know it, that is going to become who you are. And I'm sure you can only imagine what those kinds of habits will do and how that'll affect the other people in your life, the business in your life, the relationships in your life.
Your own physical fitness, your own
Your own
mentality,
well-being.
happiness,
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly. It's all connected. It's all you versus you, baby. Make sure you subscribe, share with a friend who resonates with this message. Follow me at I am Bailey Contreras on
And
Instagram.
stop scrolling if you want
YouTube.
something good to happen to you.
What's your ats?
Keep scrolling if you want something bad to happen.
Or if you want a grenade in your house.
All of my ats are at Lucas Wavy. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I don't use Twitter. TikTok, MySpace, Tumblr, AOL Messenger,
I got banned on Tinder.
and OnlyFans.
Who reported me? All right, later, guys.
Later, guys. See you later.